Put him right where I want him.
Do as I say.
That's enough, Smith. You should be in the recreation room with the others. Now get moving. I said get moving.
Yes, Miss Bennett.
Not you, Gaffney. I think you're a little too sure of yourself in a number of areas, Gaffney. You better tread carefully or you're headed for a lot of trouble.
Where have you been, Smith?
Well, I've been talking to one of our protected animals. You should know who I mean. And I wouldn't bother if I were you because she's out to get you. And we've got a couple of scores to settle. If you've got any sense, you look the other way.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, no.
Hey, where'd you disappear to?
I have been having afternoon tea with the governor.
Oh, really? Did you use the silver tea silver set?
Bloody right. No, seriously, I had an incredible talk with her.
How do you mean?
Well, she reckons if we do it properly, we can run a book.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
No, I'm not. And if we play our cards right, we can get a whole lot of other things, too.
Could we get Lizzie back?
I don't know, we can but try. Look, she just wants us to talk to her, to put things to her. I reckon we should form this needs committee we've been talking about.
Oh, come off it, Bea. I mean, that sort of thing didn't work before. I don't see why it's gonna work now.
That's because we've never done it properly before. We've never approached Mrs. Davidson as equals.
Equals? How can we?
She'll let us. She did with me. Look, all she wants is a quiet life, and that gives us bargaining power. She reckons she'll consider any serious proposition we put to her. So, what do you say about that?
Did Bob say how long he'd be?
No, he's been out all afternoon with that Swedish woman. Probably won't be home till late.
I wish he'd rung me and have put dinner on till later. Oh, well, I suppose I can't get too annoyed. He does work awfully hard. That client of his is really wearing him out.
Not surprised.
What do you mean?
Well, she's a spunky lady, and she's flipped over Mr. Morris. I had to pick her up from a hotel today. She wouldn't stop talking about him. What a wonderful man he was. How warm and responsive.
Responsive?
That's what she said. I saw them leaving together. She was hanging off his arm.
Well, I suppose Bob can't help that. I mean, he could hardly shake her off. And she is an important client.
Seemed to me he was lapping it up.
Well, he'd have to pretend to, wouldn't he? He could hardly afford to insult her. She's very beautiful, you say?
A knockout.
Lucky Bob.
What do you think you're up to, Gaffney?
What are you talking about?
What have you been saying about me?
Don't you try anything with me. I've got evidence against you. I've got a tape of you saying you'll bring that scotch in for me. Even if you find it, I've made copies. You'd never find all of them.
Why? What do you want?
I want out of here. I want you to keep your part of the bargain and get me transferred to Barnhurst.
I didn't make that bargain with you.
No, but your girlfriend did. You've got to talk her into keeping her part of the bargain. Otherwise, a copy of that tape goes to Mrs. Davidson's office.
You're being very silly, Gaffney.
Oh, yeah? We'll see who's the silly one.
Hello. Hello. The hunter returns from the hills.
I'd say the hunter is very well oiled. You had a liquid lunch, have you?
Oh, yes, we had some wine and a few liqueurs.
Made quite an afternoon of it.
Yes, we were there for most of the afternoon, now come to think of it.
We?
Yes, me and a client.
Oh, that Swedish girl.
Yes, Anna.
You two seem to be getting along very well.
Well, I told you she's a very important client.
Would you like to bring her home to dinner one night?
Oh, no, darling, I don't want to bore you with all that business chatter.
Well, you've brought other clients home. I haven't minded. Or would Anna rather go to a restaurant?
She certainly enjoys high living, I tell you that.
Does she?
That's Anna, the one on the right. We had her taken at a restaurant. She wanted a fellow to take home with her. It must have got mixed up with some papers I was showing.
Oh, then you do discuss some business, do you?
Gaffney? Gaffney?
me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare, waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.